Hi, it's Corey with Freedom Investing Group, and today I'm going to talk about how to find and hire a good on-site manager. At least how we've done it. So our management processes, what we like to do when we can, is we like to try to automate the collections and um, basically make it so that tenants either have to pay online or set up an automatic pay from a checking account, or go to we use Rent Manager and Zego, and they can go to one of the Zego retail partners, which include Walmart, and just pay at the customer service counter. They can pay their rent there if they don't have a checking account and they don't or access to internet. So if you can do that, first off, then you reduce the scope that you need your on-site manager to do. Now it's not really an on-site manager, it's really an on-site caretaker, just someone to be there who is a point of contact for the tenants, who can deliver a notice, someone that the tenants can come to if there's a problem, and who can report problems to you, and and so for this job, what you really want, the person gets to be the good guy and not the bad guy once you take collections off their plate for the most part. So they're the liaison between the tenants and us. And so you really want someone who cares about the community and wants to see the place improved and make sure that it's a nice place to live. They feel vested. They have a vested interest in wanting to see the park succeed. So to find this person, I'm going to use an example from our park down in Arizona. We've got a great on-site manager down there, and the way that we found him, when we purchased the park, there was a prior on-site manager who was pretty much overpaid and not doing a very good job. We didn't even have to fire him, because it turned out that when we got there, he had actually just quit and left like a week before the park sold. So we had met him during due diligence and we're already a little iffy on him, and then he was just gone. So we immediately had to find someone on site, because you need someone there to be able to tell you what's going on, eyes in the field, boots on the ground. And so what we did was we took a page right out of the Frank Rolfe Boot Camp, Mobile Home Park Boot Camp that I attended, and we went around and we made a list of which homes are the nicest, not necessarily like the newest and fanciest, but which ones have the nicest, are the most well maintained homes, yards, cars. Which ones are the ones where you can see that the outside is nicely painted, the yard, it looks like they've landscaped it. Maybe they've got some garden or something, or a lawn that they take care of. Their cars are clean. Like, it looks like they care. It looks like they give a hoot. Those are the people that we wanted to talk to. So we did that, and we actually did that on our previous visit before purchasing the park. We kind of pre-made this list, and so then after we closed the park, when it turned out that manager wasn't there, we said, okay. So we went around. We went around and just talked. We talked to a lot of people on that first initial trip, not just these folks, but these are the folks that we did speak to about potentially managing the park. And a few of them didn't want the job, and a few of them were interested. And talking with enough people, we kind of got a feel for which ones were respected around the community and who people would take seriously. And so we ended up finding someone to do the job. He was a younger guy who was he was at home on disability. His wife works, and so he was fairly tech savvy. He cared about the community. Actually, it was his wife's grandfather is the one who originally built the park. So he really wanted to see it improved. He even offered to do the job for free, just so that he could help improve the park. And we didn't take him up on the free part of that. But we were able to get a very good deal from him. And so he's been actually a fantastic advocate down there. And so I think that's it. You just want to figure out who cares a lot. Like, the people that were, once word got around that we were looking, a few other people approached us, but some of the other people who approached were the people whose yards were maybe full of junk, and it didn't look like they cared. And I think they were just trying to find a way to have no rent. And so that wasn't going to work, because we need someone who cares about the community. One of the interview questions to ask is, I also got this one from Frank Rolfe Boot Camp. I didn't make any of this up, but is asking prospective managers what they would improve about the park. What's the top 1, 2, or 3 things that you think need to be improved? And what you want to hear is, that tree over there is leaning over the house. It really needs to be trimmed. This tenant over here is a nuisance and always causing problems. We need to do something about them. How do we get people to clean up their yards? these are the kind of things, like real things. What you don't want to hear is, we need golden toilet seats in every house, we need to install a swimming pool in a clubhouse. And you don't want someone who's got unrealistic expectations of what you can do. But there are a lot of things you can do, and so as long as they're kind of down out of the clouds and seem like they'll be responsible, then that's what we do. And I'm sure it won't always work out, and I'm sure we'll go through lots of managers. And some of the other parks, we've been able to retain the person who was already doing the job from the previous owner. So that's also an option. But yeah, try making that list of who's got the nice house with the nice yard, the nice car, and they probably care a little more about what the rest of the community looks like, and they probably want to see it cleaned up. So hope that helps. Have a great day. Cheers.